I am Dr. R.R. Sanap, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Rao Bahadur Narayan Rao Boroke College, Srampur. Today I am going to deliver the lecture on the gymnosperms. Actually, it is the part of the syllabus of TY BSc Botany, BO 334, paper 4th, that is Spermatophyta and Paleobotany. So in that, the Spermatophyta, it consists of the gymnosperms and the angiosperms. So this Spermatophyta, so this sperma means seeds. So the sperma means seeds and phyta means plant. So it means it is the seed-bearing plants. Seed-bearing plants. So thus here, Spermatophyta, it is the seed-bearing plants, and it is also commonly known as the phanerogams. Phanerogams. Phanero means that is the flowering plants. It is the group of the flowering plants. Now here, if we see this Spermatophyta, as the name indicates, that is the sperma means seeds, phyta means plant, that is the seed-bearing plants. And this Spermatophyta division, it is also known as the phanerogams, and it is divided into two subdivisions, that is the gymnosperms and the angiosperms. Gymnosperms and angiosperms, and these two groups togetherly, it comprises the division Spermatophyta or the phanerogams. So both these groups, that is the gymnosperms and the angiosperms, these are the seed-bearing plants and also the flowering plants. Both these groups, they produce the flowers. Then why these two groups, they have been separated from each other? So there are so many differences on the basis of which these two groups, that is the gymnosperms and angiosperms, they differ from each other or they are differentiated from each other. So this gymnosperms, as the name indicates, so here the gymnos. So this gymno means naked and the sperma means seeds. Gymno means naked and the sperma means seeds. So it means the naked seeded plants. Naked seeded. That is the plants whose seeds are naked. That is open. Open, it means they are not enclosed in the ovary or the fruit. And that's why they are called as the naked seeded plants. And second is this angiosperms. So this angion means vessels, sperma, seeds. That is seeds, they are enclosed. Seeds, they are enclosed. That is the enclosed seeded plants. So here in angiosperm, the seeds, they are enclosed in the ovary or the fruit. And that's why if we see any type of angiospermic plants, there is a presence of the fruit, and in the fruit the seeds are present, and that's why it is known as the enclosed seeded plants. While in case of the gymnosperm, there is no fruit formation, and so here the seeds, they are directly developed on the plants. It means there is no fruit formation, and thus here these two groups, they have been separated from each other. Now there are so many characters of these gymnosperms which are completely differ, or they are completely different from the angiospermic plants. Now let us see about these general characters of the gymnosperms. General characters of the gymnosperms. Now here, if we see this gymnospermic plants, then if we see the habit of the plants, plants are mostly, these are the shrubs, they may be the trees or maybe the climbers. Plant, they shows the diversified habit. They may be the showing the shrubs, showing the tree habit, or it may shows the climbers. For example, the Netum-like plant, these are the climbers. Then if we see the root system of the plant, as the plants, they are perennial. Most of the plant, they are perennial shrubs or trees and climbers, and so it shows the presence of the well-developed tap root system. So the plants, they live for a longer period of time. Plants, they are large in size and shape, and so the root system, it is well developed. That is, there is a formation of the tap root system. If we see the stem, so the stem of the gymnospermic plants, so stems are branched or they may be unbranched in some plants. Stems are branched or unbranched. For example, in case of the cycas-like plant, the stem, it is unbranched, as the stem, it is columnar, as like the coconut, and the stem, it shows the presence of the marks of the leaf scars. Leaf scars are present, which are nothing but these are the marking of the remnants of the leaves. So when the leaves, they fall off, so its marking, it remains behind it. They are commonly called as the leaf scars. So they are present on the stem. If we see the leaves, so these leaves, so they may be the simple or compound. Simple or compound type of leaves are present. So if we see in case of the plant like pinus, in plant like the Netum, the leaves are simple, as like the dicot plant. Sometimes they may be the compound. For example, in case of the cycas, in some plant they may be the acicular. Acicular means needle-like. For example, in case of the pinus. So thus, these leaves, they are of showing the different types, that is maybe simple or compound, and maybe the acicular or needle-like, which are present in the plant like the Netum. So these leaves, they are of two types. That is, they may be called as the monomorphic or dimorphic leaves. Leaves are monomorphic or dimorphic. Mono means one, morphic means morphologically. Di means two, morphic means morphologically. That is, leaves, they are having the only one type, then it is called as the monomorphic. Sometimes these leaves, they are of two types. So this, when such condition is present, it is called as the dimorphic leaves. So in many plants, these leaves, they are two types. They may be called as the scale leaves or the foliage leaves. Scale leaves or foliage leaves. So the scale leaves, they are small in size, they are deciduous. After some period, they fall off. Foliage leaves, they are large, and these leaves, they are doing the function of photosynthesis. Then if we see the reproduction, so in case of this gymnospermic plants, there is no formation of the attractive flowers as like the angiospermic plants, but here this reproductive structure, they are present in the form of cones. Flowers, they are formed in the form of the cones, and these cones, they may be called as the male cone or the female cone, male and female cone. So this male cone, on the male cone, male flowers are produced. On the female cone, female flowers are produced, in which the male and female reproductive organs, they are developed respectively. So thus here, the reproduction in the gymnospermic plant, the reproductive organs, they are produced on the separate structures. They are called as the cone, that is the male cone and the female cone. Then if we see the anatomical structure of the stem, then stem, it shows the presence of the well-developed secondary growth. So this, as the plants, these are the perennial in their habit, so there is a formation of the well-developed secondary growth. You know that secondary growth, it is nothing but the secondary xylem. So as the plant, it lives for a longer period of time, so to conduct the water and minerals from the soil, the secondary tissue, that is the secondary xylem, it is well developed. And so thus here, due to the formation of the secondary growth, the diameter or the girth of the stem, it increases, and that's why also there is a formation of the wood or the timber is formed. So thus here, the secondary growth, it is well developed in the gymnospermic plants. Then if we see the anatomical structure, that is different types of the tissue differentiation. So the xylem, these are without vessels. Xylems, they are without vessels. So actually, these vessels, these are large sized cells present in the xylem. The xylem, it consists of 4 different types of cell elements. Actually, xylem, it is the complex tissue. It is called as the complex because it consists of more than one type of cells. So the xylem, it consists of the 4 different types of cells, that is the vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So out of that, so this vessel, it is the very important cells element. So these vessels, they are completely absent in all the gymnospermic plant except the order Netales. So in the order Netales, in the plants like the Netum, Ephedra, Welwitschia, so these are the plants of the order Netales. So in these plants, the vessels are present. So in all the gymnospermic plants, the vessels are absent, but in the order Netales, they are present. Then if we see the phloem, they are without companion cells. Without companion cells. Except order Netales. Now here, the phloem, it consists of the 4 different types of cells, that is the shoot tubes, second is the companion cells, third one is the phloem fibers, and the phloem parenchyma. So out of that, these important cell elements, that is these companion cells, they are absent in the gymnospermic wood or gymnospermic stem, except the order Netales. So in this order Netale, so this companion cells are present. So this is also very important. These are the very important characteristic of the this group, that is the gymnosperm. Then if we see the plants, so these plants, these are heterosporous. Heterosporous. So this hetero means different, and sporous means spores. That is different types of spores. So here, if we see these gymnospermic plants, they show the presence of the 2 different types of spores, that is microspores and megaspores, and that's why this group of plant, that is gymnosperms, it is known as the heterosporous. Then the another character is, that is the polyembryony. So this polyembryony, it is very commonly present. Polyembryony, it is important characteristic and it is very commonly found in most of the gymnospermic plant. So poly, it means many, embryony means embryo. It means many embryos are developed in the seed and it is known as the polyembryony. So this polyembryonic condition, it is very common in the gymnospermic plant. Then if we see there is no fruit formation in the gymnospermic plants. So as here there is no the formation of the seeds, as the seeds are naked, so there is no formation of the fruit or ovary, and ultimately the fruit it does not form. And the seeds, they directly develop on the plants, they are not enclosed in the ovary, and so that's why there is no fruit formation in the gymnospermic plant. Then if we see the seeds, so the seeds, these are naked. Seeds are naked. So in case of these gymnospermic plants, as there is no fruit formation, so the seeds, they directly develop on the plant, and so it is known as the condition that is the naked seeded plant. So the seeds, they directly develop on the plant, so the seeds are naked. And if we see the cotyledons, so these cotyledons, they may be one or two. So one or two cotyledons, they are developed. So the number of cotyledons, they are also variable in the gymnospermic plants. And if we see this plant itself, it is the sporophytic stage, and the sporophytic stage, it is dominant. So the plant, it may passes through two types of stages or generations. That is, first is the gametophytic and the second is the sporophytic. But out of that, the sporophytic generation, it is dominant. It means the plant itself, it is the sporophytic stage. Maybe Cycas, Pinus, Netum, Ephedra, and so on. So these plants, these are the, actually these plants, it is the sporophytic stage. So thus here, the sporophytic stage, it is the dominant in the gymnospermic plants. So thus here, these are the general characteristics of this group, that is the gymnosperms. So here I am going to conclude. Thank you very much.